So similarly now the relation between the focal length and radius of curvature. So if you observe this diagram carefully, I just told you a few things. If the rays are parallel to the principal axis, then it is going to converge at the focus. So this angle you can consider, definitely it is a 2 theta. So 2 theta, you can write it down, that is a P dash P upon PF. So this is a very important, that one equation you can write it down. Now similarly you can write it down for theta, which is P dash P upon CP. This is second equation. Then definitely we can write it down or take the division of these two equations divided by 1 by 2. So that is P dash P upon PF. Definitely that is a CP upon P dash P, and again which is CP upon PF. So this is 2. Then CP is equals to, which is R. So this distance, obviously we can say that that is a R, and PF is nothing but F. Yeah. So this is 2 into F. Yeah. So this is nothing but 2 into your F. So this is R is equals to 2F. Yeah. So this R is equals to 2F. So this is nothing but the relation between that radius of curvature and that is your focal length. So R is equals to 2F. Yeah. Fine. So that is again a very important relation that we have seen over here. Yeah. Again, how to draw those ray diagrams. So that is also interesting thing. So how exactly we locate the location of image. So what is the procedure for that? Where should I keep the object? Then the object is going to emit the light. Let's say the object is at infinity. So this is your incident ray coming from infinity. So if the ray is parallel to the principal axis, then definitely it is going to converge at the focus. That is a principal focus, which I have shown for your concave as well as for convex mirror. This distance FP, we are going to call it as a focal length. This is also focal length. So you can see that over here, this focal length is actually virtual. Yeah. So this definitely it is a virtual, or you can say that definitely this distance is positive. This is positive F, and this is your negative F, since it is lies on the left. So this is one important conclusion. So that is how we can show when the ray is parallel to the principal axis. Now coming to the next one. So let's say for example a ray is passing through the principal focus, then it will emerge as parallel to the principal axis. Yeah. So this is how we can just show over here. So that is your incident ray. Then this is obviously after just passing through this focus, it will emerge as a parallel. Then definitely the same thing which I have shown for your convex mirror also. So this is again the important rule. The second rule, let's say the third rule, if the ray is going to pass through that center of curvature, it will retrace its path as it is. So which I have shown again. So it is just going to retrace, that is nothing but the reflection of light on a plane mirror. If it just travel along that normal, it will get reflected back. So similar over here, it will just, if it passes through the center of curvature, then definitely again it will retrace its path as it is. So this is the thing which I have shown over here. So now this is how we are going to form the position of image based on the various, you can say that, position of your object. So let's consider the first case over here where I keep the object beyond C. So C, the distance up to the C is nothing but your 2F. So this object, I will just write it down, that is okay, object beyond C. Yeah. So that is a beyond C or 2F. Definitely the distance up to the C is, that is nothing but 2F. Yeah. So this is what I have shown. Again, the first ray, that is a parallel to the principal axis, then it has to pass through this focus. The second ray passes through this center of curvature and retrace its path. So both the rays are going to meet over here. Yeah. So at that point is the formation of your image that will occur for this particular case. So definitely if you see now the nature of image carefully, so it is an inverted image. So it is an inverted image. So for each point object on this, that is object AO, it will emit the light. So there is a formation of image over here. So likewise similarly each part will emit the light and there is a formation of image over here. Yeah. So the image, what you can say, the nature of your image from this case, obviously it is nothing but your inverted one. Then you can say that after inverted, it is nothing but a diminished, it is of definitely a smaller size, and again it is a real. The rays are getting actually converged at that point I. Yeah, so the rays are getting actually converged, which will form your image. Yeah, so that is a real image. It is a inverted, it is a diminished when you keep the object beyond 2f. So this is the first very important case. Let's say the next case where I keep the object at C exactly. So when you keep object exactly at C, you will find the image which is of same size, the image which is of same size as that of your object. Again you can see the location is also same. Yeah, so the two rays, so let's say I just shown the first ray parallel to the principal axis passing through the focus, the second ray passing through the focus emerge as a parallel to the principal axis. The two rays are going to converge at point B, so there is a formation of image at point B. So the nature, if I just defined over here for this particular case, then we can say that obviously it is a real, again it is a inverted, and the third most important thing, same size, it is of same size as that of your object. Yeah, so this is how we can just define the nature for that your image. So that is your second case. Let's again discuss the third one. Now the formation of images for one of the again important case where object is between center of curvature and principal focus. So this is how we have shown that the object is between principal focus and your center of curvature. So what is going to happen? So obviously again this is object AB. So one of the rays which is parallel to the principal axis is going to pass through this principal focus. Again another one. Yeah, so definitely the another ray which is going to pass through this focus will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Yeah, and these two rays are going to converge at this point over here. So for this particular point on this your object, they are going to be form image over here. So similar to that for every point on this object. Yeah, so there is a formation of image over here, and that is how your image has been formed. Again if you just look at out this image, so it is nothing but a real. Then again you can say that obviously it is a inverted, and the size, yeah, so the size of your image is greater than that of your object, so you can say that it is a magnified. So this is how you can define the nature of image over here. So again the formation of image when the object is between principal focus and pole P. So you can also call that it is object within the focus. So for this particular case, again this is a very special case from the magnification point of view. So the two same rays, that is one parallel to the principal axis, it is passes through the focus. Again another one, so it will just strike on that your mirror, again will passes through the center of curvature. Yeah, so these two rays are not going to meet on this side. Yeah, so definitely there is no formation of real image. But if you extended these two rays in the backward direction, yeah, so that is a behind the mirror, so you will find that the rays are supposed to be come from this point, that is nothing but A dash. So this is a kind of virtual image, so that has been formed for this A. Yeah, so for every point object on this AB, so there is a formation of image, so that we will call as a virtual image. So the rays appears to be come from over there, so this image is nothing but virtual image. Again this image we are going to say that it is a virtual, again it is a straight one, so let's say it is a erect, and again the size, it is a magnified, so it is a magnified image. So as compared to size of object, the size of your image is enlarged, so that's why we will call it as a magnified image. Now based on that, similarly for your convex mirror also you have to do the analysis. So the object AB which is placed in front of mirror, so you can see that again the two rays, one passing through the center of curvature. Yeah, so it will just go, or it will strike on this your mirror surface, it will reflect along the same path. So that means the ray has to pass through the center of curvature for this mirror. Another one, the ray which is parallel to the principal axis, yeah, it will just get diverged, and it's supposed to originate from this principal focus. The two rays are supposed to be converged over here. So this point we are going to call as a dash. So that is a virtual image. So likewise you will get the image for each point on this object. And if you see the size is a smaller. So definitely you can say that the image is diminished. Yeah, so you can call, so the image is diminished. Again further you can say that obviously which is a virtual one. So this is again a virtual, diminished and erect. So this is how you can define the nature for this image. So one more thing that you can do, so as you goes on moving this object on the left side up to towards the infinity, you will find that this object shifted on the right side and finally it will just came on the focus. So that is again according to our rule. So if the rays are coming from infinity, so they are just supposed to be converged at this focus here, but now here it is not converge, actually it is getting diverged for this convex lens. So this is what we can say about the object between pole and infinity. Yeah, and if the object at infinity, the image is going to form at focus.